6 Wolverines last weekend against Ohio State with 2 goals apiece. So they're finding that balance. Penn State, these guys are high octane and fun to watch.
Michigan in blue, Penn State in white. The officials, P.J. Colello, Doug Donovan, and Keith Glock. Mullins and Rowlett on the opening draw, and it's Rowlett who comes up quickly, gets the first offensive possession for Michigan.
Yeah, and Nick Rowlett and Justin Wietfeldt form a dangerous duo for Michigan. And what a difference a couple years make. A couple years ago, Michigan, so many injuries.
And 30-goal campaign now. 4 of those markers came in the 4th quarter alone for the Nittany Lions on top in this one.
I got nothing.
Procedure against Michigan on the ensuing faceoff gives the ball to the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Ethan Long working quickly with Kevin Winkoff. Winkoff has goals in 5 straight team this season. It's Penn State by 2, just shy of the 5-minute mark.
And the Trainer brothers both taking long poles to the rack for Michigan. They're not sliding to their pole matchups. They might have to start doing that.
Rowlett with another face-off win against Chase Mullins. Jeff Tambroni, the head coach for Penn State, said that Mullins got better as the game went along, trying to fight off both Rowlett and Wietfeldt.
Tough when you have a
Till today, Penn State was the only team to shut Boehm out all campaign long. He's changed that script right away with the first Michigan goal, and they come up with possession thanks to Justin Wietfeldt.
Well, you see Wietfeldt strike right there, fighting through what I thought was a loose ball hole.
Snapshot from the outside, score! Back-to-back, Sawada.
The 2-headed monster of the Michigan face-off tandem. Wietfeldt fights through the face-off pressure. And Zawada, look at that sweet stroke. And this is a brilliant feed from a Fogo across the face of the defense, about 15 yards, right on the ear of number 9 in the maize and blue. Beautiful sequence by Wietfeldt and Zawada.
Zawada and Boehm 14 seconds apart, and we're brand new again at 2 apiece. Wietfeldt comes up with another draw for Michigan, dominating at the dot from the start with their 4th face-off win. Emmett Houlihan, who plays the wing, snakes his way in, bounce shot deflected off of Ross and wide of the cage. The officials awarding possession to Michigan.
For the Wolverines, getting eaten up, but Fracion, what a great story. What a great season he has had so far for the Penn State Nittany Lions.
Wietfeldt taking the draw there against Hudson Bohn, and similar success for the Wolverines. Snapshot, score! The short stick defensive midfielder, Michael Cosgrove.
A juice goal for Michigan right out of the media timeout. It's NBA playoff season, and check it out. Wietfeldt with his 2nd assist of the game. His feeding ability is terrific. Excuse me, make it Boehm. So a hockey assist for Wietfeldt, and the confidence to throw it back to your shorty and watch him post up a la Steph Curry from 3. Beautiful shot and a big, big momentum goal for the Wolverines.
Leveling the count at 3 apiece. Cosgrove, who scored a season ago against Marquette and Bellarmine, gets himself on the board now in this Big Ten semifinal, as Penn State has possession with 5:25 remaining in the opening quarter.
Penn State catches a break on that ensuing faceoff. Mullins won it, but he geeked the first-time grounder and got a hold call. If you can't miss by this Nittany Lion ball club.
Long, the sophomore from Phoenix, Maryland, picks up his 10th on the campaign. Goals in 5 of the last 7. Rowlett wins the draw, going right to the cooker for Michigan. Rowlett snapped it over the crossbar, too high.
This is the first time this year that I'm able to see Rowlett and Wietfeldt in person. They are impressive. Not only are they great face-off men, they're both good lacrosse players and terrific athletes. What a combination for this Michigan defense.
Jeff Tambroni watching his offense work well. Rowlett claims another draw for Michigan, then swims past the midfield line. 7 face-off wins in the opening quarter for the Wolverines between Rowlett and Wietfeldt. There's a flag down against Penn State. 5-4, the 2 highest scoring teams in the Big Ten per game this season. Not disappointing as Wietfeldt gets another draw.
She gave me the
37 seconds remaining in the opening frame.
I need a screwdriver.
What a great first quarter we have had. It's saves, defense, and a lot of goals.
Houlihan on the move, picked up by Aldridge.
Holy smokes, what a first quarter we have had.
Back and forth we go. 3 times tied in this opening frame as the first 15 minutes are complete. Houlihan, who had a 2-goal effort against Ohio State during the regular season, bringing the Wolverines back to a 5-5 draw after 1 in Baltimore.
All the credit in the world, took it from club status to varsity status, and the potential is boundless for this Wolverine program.
Coach told us during the week the mindset is that, yeah, we're still growing, learning, getting better, but wanting to play their best lacrosse in the month of May. Off the draw to start the second quarter, a sizzler from Boehm that sails high, backed up on the end line by Bryce Clay, working against Jack Frassian.
Penn State offense.
7 multi-goal games for Winkoff this season. Mark, you're talking about Shane Carr. 3 weeks ago, Carr did not complete the game against Penn State. He played the first half, made 4 saves, allowed 4 goals. It was Hunter Taylor, his understudy, the 18-year-old freshman, who took the loss in that game. That was the game in which Jack Traynor scored 4 goals in the second half, 6 in total.
Yeah, Michigan's used that goalie tandem quite a bit this season.
Houlihan fires and scores! Right back at you.
This is a Michigan team that will not back down. They're gritty, they're tough, and they've come to play. Houlihan, his 2nd goal of the afternoon. He says to Kevin Winkoff, if you can get 2, so can I. Look at him take Sickler. Mark Sickler just doesn't move his feet. It's almost like they're stuck in cement. And you got to credit the quickness and the shake of Houlihan, dusting the shorty and planting it past Jack Frassian.
The last time we saw Frassian, he led up a career-low 5 goals in the entire game against Rutgers. He's surrendered 6 already today. Wolverines and Nittany Lions continue their do-si-do back and forth. Sweeney lost possession there. It belongs to Michigan on the cleat.
Nick Rowlett hunted him down, Joe. Again, the athleticism and the prowess of these face-off men for Michigan has been very impressive.
Rowlett, one of the Wolverine captains, a Big Ten distinguished scholar. Peter Thompson.
But Carr, he looks a little shaky right now.
Brother to brother there, Jack to Matt, 7-6 for Penn State. And off the ensuing face-off, a violation against Rowlett gives Penn State the ball.
Big break for Penn State. They've struggled at the face-off dot.
These come against Michigan. Nittany Lions cashing in on their last 2 shots after not converting 6 of 7. Near strip on the ride for Penn State. Houlihan powers his way in the clear. Now he's trail checked there by Aldridge. Cohen Valleys in 9 single games, one of those against Penn State earlier in the regular season. It's Michigan trailing now by 1. Wietfeldt to the face-off dot, opposite of his number 38, Chase Mullins. Violation against Mullins gives Michigan the ball.
Give that Michigan goal. I know Bonomi stuck it, but how about Shane Carr down at the other end of the field? That's a 2-goal line with a low hand shot.
Penn State head coach Jeff Tambroni said that possessions would be key in this game. Here's another possession for Wietfeldt and Michigan. Houlihan dodging through and settling in 6-on-6 with 3.5 to go in this first half.
All the room he needs to post up and whip it, worm burner past Frassian.
The do-it-all attackman Zawada with goals in 12 of 14 games this season. Michigan gets control of another draw. Zawada in his career, points in all 48 games as a Wolverine.
He has been an impact player.
A 2-goal game against Stony Brook earlier in the season. It's a 10-8 advantage. Rowlett gets control of another draw. That's one category in which Michigan has dominated to the tune of 11-5 in the first half.
Done a great job at the face-off dot, and they're keeping pace. I mean, they're down by 2 goals.
Fuel of the Big Ten Conference Marathon. Get the most out of your drive. Michigan and Penn State halfway home. Anything stand out to you?
Faceoffs won. Michigan dominating, winning 15, only losing 5. Been a relatively clean game and turnover.
Pimental, son of Rose and Ron. His dad, Ron, played lacrosse at Hofstra. Third goal of the season for Pimental. Earlier strikes against Canisius and Rutgers. Zawada now reaching 200 points in his Wolverine career. Sickler on the ball for Penn State in this one-goal affair.
Incredible ground ball by Mark Sickler. That's what we talked about. If Penn State can create 50-50 situations. Michigan has come out firing.
Ohio native, second in the Big Ten Conference this season in terms of points per game. The only guy more than him wears 7 in the white for Penn State. That's TJ Malone. Houlihan, 88 in the blue, had a couple of goals in the first half. Pass to the interior. Rowlett, the face-off man, zigged it wide.
Rowlett and Wietfeldt, man, these guys can...
Gets himself on the board, gives Michigan its first lead on the day. Brown was an outstanding football running back, geez, you think?
Wow.
At Half Hollow Hills High School on Long Island in New York. His first tally of the season could not have come at a better time. It gives Michigan has the 12-10 lead now.
Double donuts for TJ Malone. I thought he was good early, creating some offense, but Andrew Darby from the Michigan Wolverines. It was funny, during a timeout, the referees, for whatever reason, didn't allow the teams to cross at midfield. Darby's doing shuffles and then says, hey guys, keep getting me the ball, I got you.
I'm sorry, bug juice doesn't sound very appetizing.
Oh, it's good. It was like a mixture of Gatorade and water, and there was something extra in there that you just didn't ask about.
If you're Penn State, the sore spot is you've fallen behind, and Michigan has had the upper hand all day at the face-off X, winning another possession. Zawada chasing this one down. Not
from Jack Trainer.
Jack Trainer, 9 multi-goal games this season, on the verge of a 30-goal campaign. Ending 19 minutes of quiet from Penn State offensively.
Well, how about the adjustment from defensive coordinator Joe Bucci on Penn State? Going to this zone, they're now in a man setup. They have played an incredible third quarter thus far.
And they continue to rule the face-off dot. Final 13 seconds. They've won 20 of 27 draws today. Boehm fires, that didn't get through. Parnham battles. Clay fires, that's knocked away by Frassian. Ball high in the air as time expires in quarter 3.
With a 5-0 fourth quarter that proved to be the difference. Will that 6-1 run that the Wolverines had in the third stanza prove to be the difference maker? Still 15 minutes left to go. How will Michigan manage this final quarter?
Chase Mullins at the face-off dot, 38 in the white. Not able to get the better of Rowlett there. 3 weeks ago in Ann Arbor, Mullins was much more effective in the fourth than he was through the first 3 quarters. Today, it's been a similar script. Rowlett and Wietfeldt have been tough to handle as Clay sends this one high. It's 14-11. Michigan, the 4th seed in the tournament, back up. Kevin Conry's troops have a 4-goal lead, largest on the day. Ball down. Penn State needs possession. They get it from Sweeney as he'll goose it and flick it back for Posey. Parnham on the clear for the Nittany Lions. Now Penn State, the highest scoring team in the Big Ten Conference in the regular season, has to get its acting.
They have grown up and they are swelling with confidence.
Michigan has outscored Penn State 8-1 in the last 25 minutes. Completely changing the complexion of this game. It was back and forth. We were tied 5 times in the first half. Hold, loose ball hold, going to give possession to the Nittany Lions with just over 10 minutes left in this first semifinal of the...
We saw in the first half, they have grown up and they are swelling with confidence.
Michigan has outscored Penn State 8-1 in the last 25 minutes. Completely changing the complexion of this game. It was back and forth. We were tied 5 times in the first half. Hold, loose ball hold, going to give possession to the Nittany Lions with just over 10 minutes left in this first semifinal. Faceoff for the Nittany Lions, down by 4. Wietfeldt pops it cleanly away from Hudson Bohn. Possession all day long for Michigan.
And this is the conundrum that Penn State, is that the one that gets Penn State a fire in their belly.
During the regular season, the Nittany Lions were plus 13 in the fourth quarter goal differential. A violation against Rowlett gives the ball to the Nittany Lions, who have each of the last 2 goals. Face-offs wise, today in this game, Michigan, as usual, has been ultra tough to beat.
The dynamic duo of Justin Wietfeldt, Nick Rowlett have been terrific. They've won 22 out of 32. But now it's crunch time. This is the money time. 5:51 left to go. Penn State has scored 2 in a row. We have a 2-goal game. Can Michigan continue the domination at the dot, or can Penn State win some to keep climbing back into this contest?
Rowlett gets the jump on Bohn and picks up the ground ball for possession. Wolverines, a mark of 7-6, the number 4 seed in the Big Ten tournament. 5 points. Kevin Connery's team has a 3-goal advantage with 1:29 left. Violation off the draw is against Michigan's Rowlett. Penn State has possession. The first ever Big Ten tournament meeting between Michigan and Penn State. It's the first time they've ever played against each other at a neutral site here at Homewood Field. Nittany Lions, the top seed, in major, major trouble with 1:05 to go. Jack Traynor against Cosgrove, shoved him away.
In just over 48 hours of time before that Big Ten championship game.
One last draw. Bohn wins it for Penn State, marching right to the cage. Ball knocked out of his cross. The Michigan Wolverines come pouring off the bench to celebrate a